Welcome back to another episode of Rounds of the Knight's Table. Today we will be discussing Unfriended, Dark Web, Into the Spider-Verse. No, just Dark Web. This film stars Betty Gabriel, Colin Woodall, and Andrew Lees. So this movie starts off with the laptop opening, that famous Apple sound, which he has no idea what that noise is. It's a laptop that he found in the Lost and Found.
He said he got it off of Craigslist.
Matthias and his girlfriend, who is deaf.
He had been working on this program where he speaks and it types out the letters, and it also signs the words. And this computer, he got it to help it run better.
She ain't fucking having it. You don't understand me. So they get on Skype where they have like a game night where they're playing Cards Against Humanity and pick some fucking lame cards.
Yeah, Damon's like in London or something, and all the rest of them are pretty much in the same area.
This hacker,
Charon 4,
messages Matthias.
Yeah, from a different name.
And he's like, you've got my laptop, blah, blah, blah. It turns out to be this guy who shows up at his girlfriend's house.
While she's in the shower.
And her roommate comes home.
He said he just hit her over the head.
And he like dumped her in a closet. Matthias tells his girl to, you gotta come over here.
The guy told him, you didn't bring me my laptop, I want it back. Get her to come to you and I'll come get the laptop. So he has to convince her to come over, and he does it by some like cheesy lines.
This dude is like, I'm sorry. I understand there's a threat, but this dude was like so fucking annoying. He was such a whiny little bitch the whole time.
He starts finding all these weird hidden files. He's sitting there messaging Damon the whole time like, do you know what this is? Do you know what that is? How do I do this?
You're talking above my fucking head here. They get into the fucking files, and they find like all this kind of dark web stuff. Snuff movies, child pornography, the bad shit.
The whole time he's on his laptop talking to his friends on Skype and his girlfriend, the other guy's Facebook keeps getting messages while he's logged into his own.
And these people are like, hey, is this enough to cover it?
And it's some guy named like Sharon 63 or something.
68, because he didn't get the 69.
Right. Because they made that joke.
Yes, he did. That's why I said it.
No, let's not talk here. Let's talk in the river. He shares his screen with the Skype group, and you start seeing this huge list of different Charons. They start talking about the deal that the guy's trying to set up with them. Ends up being like trying to drill a hole in someone's head.
Standard Tuesday night shit. They're looking at these videos of like people in like acid barrels,
chained up,
whatever you saw in the commercial. They're like, oh my god, what's happening? And he's like, oh, it's just a game. I made it up.
Because they were about to start calling the cops. The hacker comes back. He's like messaging him through his girlfriend's account.
And erasing his messages.
That was awesome. Okay, all of you have to stay on. You have to get them to stay on. If one of them leaves, they die. Pretty much saying that his girlfriend's gonna die too if they all leave.
So, obviously his girlfriend, who really doesn't give a shit about him, is more important than his fucking friend's life. So then one of his friends, DJ Lex,
got a call from her mom and had to go take it, and the guy's like, okay, where'd the girl go? Then he decides to threaten this hacker some more.
He has a Bitcoin or cryptocurrency account that has over $10 million in it.
Yeah, he creates his own account and transfers all of it.
His friends start to get suspect of what's happening, and the girl, Nari, she goes to meet his girlfriend at the train station, so she could try and head it off with one of her police friends, who never gets mentioned again after that. There's someone there waiting for her and pushes her into the fucking train. The Lex gets pushed off the roof. I love that they were like, is that Lex? From fucking 12 stories down. How do you know what the fuck that is? Oh my god, is that her social security number?
Oh my god, is that a dick?
The conspiracy theorist guy, he gets swatted. Whatever you saw in the trailer. Somebody comes and kills Nari's girlfriend. Fiance. They did Fiance Knowles.
They shut off all the lights in the house. By they, we mean this group of Charons. They're like the Circle is what they call themselves.
They're like, why did you get out of your account? And now this hacker is communicating with Matthias because he's like, you just fucking killed us both. There's this code that they have to enter and all this shit. He gets a message from his girl
Well, he sends that message. He knows they're being watched. He signs to her, "You're being followed, you're in danger. Meet me at the place we first kissed." And then he leaves on his bike. Damon's there all alone now.
He's in London. He's like, "You'll never get me," and he's got all this evidence and shit. He's been
recording
copying
the
files and stuff like that. Some dude's there waiting for him. Hangs in the closet, leaves a fucking fake suicide note behind, deletes all his shit, and Matthias gets to the place where they first kissed, which is where? At a fucking cemetery or a park? What is that?
And they already have
this perfect hole dug. Somebody comes and bashes him over the head with a shovel
and knocks him into the box.
In the hole. She shows up it can't be long after that.
Not very long after.
And the ground is perfectly level and smooth, and she's like right on top of it.
And his bike's still laying there, but the ground looks untouched.
Like if you've ever had to fucking bury something in your life, that ground is either going to be too high or too low. Especially like 10 minutes before. How the fuck did they fill it in?
She called him.
The buzz woke him up.
So she calls him to video calls him to find out where he's at. He's trying to tell her, and she's trying to...
You're right above me, babe!
But the hackers have blurred it every time he talks, where you can't see what he's saying.
They John Cena'd his face. She doesn't die. And they set him up because they had a girl that was missing earlier in the movie and put her in his apartment.
Yeah.
The girl that they drilled something into her fucking head.
She wakes up and comes to the screen. Help me, help me.
Yeah.
And there's something on her head. She peels it off and there's a hole.
So at the end, these hackers reveal that this has all been a game. It's all been a setup. Throughout the movie, I'm like, God, this is so fucking convenient. How were they ready for somebody in London? And it's just because it was a setup, which made it a little bit better when I got home and thought about it. There were just a lot of holes in this. They didn't fill them in so smoothly. But I'm going to give this movie a 6.2 out of 10.
Way higher than I expected.
Han dies in the end, by the way.
I'd scored about a 7.2.
If you guys enjoyed the video, hit those like buttons, hit those subscribe buttons, and we will check you out next time. We're going on vacation soon. But we'll check you out next time only on Routes. Later, bitches.
And the computer is almost maxed out on memory. It's 2 or 3 terabytes of stuff. That's a lot of stuff.
For the IT nerds.